Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are Pole on the Call podcast, and my name is Mandy Mac.
Yay, and I am Cris Rivers.
And today we are going to be talking a serious subject about risk management in the pole industry.
We're gonna get into it today. This will be a fun episode. So, um, as I don't know, do you want to start it off? I can start it off.
Yeah, I mean, we had a whole episode about safety in pole studios
We
and
did.
you know, general safety stuff like crash mats and stuff like that. And we talked a little bit about other types of safety, but this episode is going to be a little bit different and to talk about being prepared for accidents that may happen because when they happen, if you are the leader in the position, everyone's going to look to you and you need to know what's going on.
Like Mandy said, we have that episode on safety on various, I guess, various, like you said, various poll topics within the studio, within the club, using safety mats, insurance, CPR, waivers, and all that. In this episode, it will be for bigger things, for bigger events. It's at a studio level, it's at an event level, maybe even a club level for bigger things. If you're having a showcase, competition. So we'll just say it. As some of you or many of you, I don't know, there is an event for PSO Atlantic. We're not gonna go into the specific details. We have read quite a bit about it. And as we always tell you, make sure you do your research and read. So we thought it'd be important and cool to talk about risk management and safety procedures to help yourself and others prevent other emergencies such as that what has happened. We don't know the specifics of PSO procedures. We don't know what was in place. We don't know what was used, but we do know it is important for other people to know what to do in case they're wondering how to handle it. So that's why we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. And they're going through all of it and reading comments and everything, it was kind of clear that it was all over the board as to what people knew and what people didn't know. So um, we felt that this episode was important to just kind
Mhm.
of point out the general basic safety protocols that maybe should be in place um, in your pole studio or in your at an event or anywhere that you have a lot of people.
Yes. We should say again, we are not giving opinions on what happened. We don't know what happened. We don't know what was right. We don't know what was wrong. This is educational and informative. And as always, do your own research.
And all we can do is, just try to educate ourselves and, hope that we can be prepared. Um, yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah, I don't know. When in our studio in Pole in the Wall, we have all of our instructors are required to be first aid and CPR certified, and it has to be up to date. And I am ridiculous about getting on everyone's case about it. And I a little bit about the first aid and CPR training. There's so many different types of training that are offered, and I think the certification lasts for 2 years. And in my particular learning style, I like to do the hands-on in person, and they offer that in a group. And I love it. I go there, I see, everything. I get to like feel how deep to do the palpations. Is that the right word? Anyways, no, I'm like can't think of anything. My recertification is coming up in September, so I have to like re-up on all of that. But yeah, I like to be hands-on and feel it. I know they do offer an online certification as well if you wanted to do that one. And I think Chris, that's one that you did.
Yes, I've done both of them throughout my very short life. I do like the hands-on one. because I'm a hands-on visual learner, but the online one does make it convenient if you lack time. It's very informative, a lot of reading, but it does include videos as well. Yeah.
Because
Not only in studio should you be CPR first aid certified, if you're hosting an event, in-person showcase, competition, performance, you should also make sure you have people on hand who are CPR and first aid certified. um I think I don't think it's required to have be post certified and teach and then be CPR certified, but it is a good, how do you say, extra extra educational credit. I don't know what it's called. Whether your studio requires it or not, you definitely should, because it is important. You never know what could happen at any aerial sport event. Um, and if you're hosting an event, you definitely should have people who are CPR and first aid certified.
yeah, and to know where the first aid is located. That's one of the first things that we do at the beginning of every single class. We remind the students that the first aid is located here. That way, in case like something happens, hopefully all of the students will remember where the first aid is. Or if they all freeze, because that is also something that happens in an emergency situation. You are the leader and you have to take charge and take care of the emergency situation using first aid skills that you were certified in.
Facts. And if you are hosting a bigger event, you should have more than just a first aid kit. You should have, goodness, I would say, what is it? The AED machine, the defibrillator.
Yeah,
Super important. I mean, even in a studio, if you can, I guess it can come in handy, because we get students of all ages, all sizes, all different health levels, and you just unfortunately never know. Um, but you should definitely be well prepared. And like Mandy said, everybody should know where it is. Staff and even participants. If you're doing an event where there's hundreds, 200s, thousands of participants, it's not going to always be, you're not always going to be able to show those people that. But maybe designate a specific person that you introduce all those people to, so they know if anything goes on, come look for this person, and then have that person set up in a specific place so everybody knows, find this person here in case, heavens forbid, anything happens. Um, Especially at a big event, because that person in charge can say, you do this, call 911, go get this, do this, we need to do this. If no one manages that, then it could be kind of, oh, this person has to go get this, do they know where it is? No one really knows the specifics.
yeah, yeah. Like if you are managing a group of people, the first thing is that group of people should know where the first aid is located. And
Mm-hmm.
then, the second thing is to know who the point person is in case of an emergency,
Yeah.
just to streamline everything.
Yes. I think in an ideal world, everybody who's participating in the event, like everybody who's helping in the event, working in the event, should know where it is. Um, I know that's not going to always happen, but if you can, try to make it happen. Um,
Yeah,
I've heard stories in some events where people have waited a while for things, and that shouldn't happen. And this is in club settings and studio settings and performance settings and event settings. Um, Things shouldn't take a while. If you have a process, it shouldn't take a while. I know, Mandy, at the studio, you have a bunch of like different written policies and processes um, for active shooter and all sorts of stuff, just to make sure, and all the teachers have to be aware of it.
right. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the different types of emergencies that you might encounter, because it's not just a health emergency. Like you might have an active shooter incident, that might happen in a classroom. You might have an emergency that might happen in a hospital. You might have an emergency that might happen in a school. So like, if that happens, do you know where the safest places to go are in the space that you're in? Do you know, what to do? And again, you might freeze. People in your group might freeze. You need to know how to lead them. Um, so yeah, just reviewing all of the procedures. What's the other one? The robbery procedure, theft. Um,
The
yeah,
hardest part
and
is creating the
right though. So our pole insurance provided us with a great guide to risk management, which I used to devise our studio policies and our risk management guide. So that was really awesome. And hopefully other insurance companies do that too. Ours is Francis Dean, if anyone's interested in knowing that information. And I was gonna make a list of all of um, the links that I have here for
Yeah.
references and include them so that other people can see, because it was really helpful to me, and I think that it would be beneficial to everyone else.
Yes.
And then I put a bunch of links too from the Red Cross, because that's where I got my first aid certification. They have a great preparedness essentials checklist where
Mhm.
you can use information from that to create your own way to be prepared for any emergency that might occur. And then
Mhm.
I'll give also a link to our pole on the wall emergency procedures, just so you can take a look at that. And we have them laminated in both of our studios in the first aid drawer, so they're there, and you can, just review them whenever you need, and hopefully we'll never need them.
Too funny. I know it's hard because in some events, such as PSO, you have volunteers, um, and you have a lot of moving pieces, and I can't even imagine being able to run that and having all that moving pieces. But recent events show everybody who's participating or helping should know where to go, what to do, where is everything. It's hard because people aren't getting paid for it. They're volunteering their time. They shouldn't have to worry about things like that. But life happens, unfortunately. And it's better to be prepared. Like, have a quick conversation with anyone who's working or volunteering and saying, hey, if you need this, first aid's here, ice pack here, this is here, go to this person for this.
Yeah.
Um,
Right when you
because
check in for a shift, you could just really quickly be like, the first aid is located here. So just so
yes,
everyone knows. Yeah.
I'm glad you kind of said that. And if you do participate or work in an event and this information isn't given to you, ask.
You should
It
ask.
sucks that
Yeah.
we have to be that person. It sucks that we have to think about that, but it is good preventative measures. Um,
And if you're thinking of it, that means you're putting it on everyone else's mind too. And safety should be on everyone's mind.
that's
Yeah, of course,
it's
everyone is, so capable of making mistakes, of course.
fact.
And in times of emergency, you never know how you're going to react. But we can always just hope that everyone is doing their best. And the way that you recover from these situations is also really important.
Yes. Because I know when in a normal job setting, they give us like the fire instructions. If this happens, this needs to be done.
Mhm.
Um, Maybe it should be done in all sorts of environments.
Right, like in
It's
a movie theater, before the movie starts, it tells you where the nearest exits are.
mhm.
Um,
It sucks
on a
because even when I
plane.
yeah, even when I worked in the club, we didn't know where that stuff was, and
Yeah, you're
people would
right.
yeah, the guys would fall and get hurt all the time, especially later in the night when they would get extremely drunk, and careless on the pole, and we didn't know where that shit was.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So it's all settings. It's studio settings, club settings, vendor settings if you're doing a special event, performances, showcases, competitions.
Yeah.
Uh, what sucks about everything that's happening is it's such a big organization and there's a lot of rumors and talk. So no one really knows what the whole truth. Maybe no one will know the whole truth. Everybody just knows their part in the event. Um, my hope is that everybody tried their best, and there was
Yeah,
like no one's. I don't know. It
I
just sucks because
know.
it's a big name. It could really be any of us, like a big studio. It was just at a big organization, and now people are backlashing, which is sad.
Yeah, right. And you're absolutely right. We can just always just hope that everyone just tried their best.
Mhm.
And, you know, and our deepest condolences to absolutely everyone that was involved. I can't even imagine what
Facts.
that must have been like. Um, and for
Well,
that, the great loss.
all we can do is learn from this and do an episode and hope everybody goes in prepared. Even if, like we said, no one tells you what's going on, you ask what's going on so you know. Because that could be your friend, your loved one, your student, your teacher, your coach.
Mm.
Um, and it's a learning experience for me because I've taken part in multiple events and thankfully nothing's happened. And now I'm like, damn, anything could have happened. Like actually 1 year one kid fell off the pole. um
Mm.
I wouldn't have known how to handle that, and sometimes it's a good thing to know how to handle that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess I wanted to talk about too the first one of the things that you learn in first aid is when you see an emergency situation, you always have a choice to get involved or, um, you know, decide that it's not safe for you to get involved. Um, so
If
yeah,
you choose not to get involved though, find someone else to
but yeah,
find
that's
someone
the thing. Yeah,
um I
yeah,
know that good Samaritan law or something like that, right?
right. Yeah, yeah. And like it's like that's the thing about it. When you see an emergency situation, you don't know, even if you have the training, you don't know how you're going to react. And just to make those decisions for yourself, if you are, prepared to help in this situation, then definitely go for it. But if you feel like not, ready for what needs to happen, go find someone else that can do this right
Mhm.
away. Yeah.
And that's even in your studio. Um, I mean, the instructors should know, but I know some
Mm.
studios are big where they have multiple admin, multiple people in it. Um, everybody in that building should know who do we go to, where do we go, things like that. Like I look at Body and Poe, and I'm sure they have processes in place, but like as an instructor, where's the first aid kit? Where's the ice pack? Who do we go to? God forbid anything happens, and because it's such a big building. Um, and I'm sure they have processes in place, but for those studios that don't, this is hopefully a good episode for you.
Yeah, yeah. And I wanted to talk a little bit about my knowledge of the AED. When we had our first aid training, I don't know, I guess that a lot of AEDs are different, but ours, like it talked to you and it guided you through how to use it. And it literally was like it said it. So it was really easy to figure out, um, even if you didn't use it before, I thought. But again, all AEDs are probably not like the one that I used.
I know a lot of the newer versions, they like them that way because it makes it more convenient. They want it to be easy.
Mm.
So aim for those newer versions.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and maybe your studio is in a larger building where they have an AED somewhere for everyone in the building.
I really wish we could talk about what's going on, but this episode's not about that. I know a lot of you are listening like, well, what the fuck happened?
I know, and some of you asked us to respond as well, and
Did
it's,
people ask us to respond?
yeah, there was a few messages.
I mean, do you want to give your opinion? I'll give my opinion.
Yeah, as far as the response that was given about the situation, I do feel it was inadequate, and I I don't know enough about what happened to make a confident response about it, except for the fact that I do think that a plan going forward needs to be put out.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all.
I love your eloquence with it. Um, I also have just recently learned about this and I have read about it. I've seen the posts, I've seen the hate mail, I've seen the support. Um, Again, my condolences to everybody who had to partake and who was there and who lost someone special to them. If you don't know, someone passed away at PSO Atlantic.
It was
Um,
a few days after, but they had
yes,
the
a few
incident.
days after.
Yeah,
Thank you. They had the incident at the event and then passed away a few days after.
yeah,
Um, on one side of the spectrum, some people aren't happy with how it was handled. On the other side of the spectrum, people are saying they handled it as best as they could. There are concerns with how people went public with it. My opinion is I wasn't there. I am not sure what happened. I do hope and believe from the experiences I've had at PSO that everybody tried their best to their ability. I don't think there was foul play. I don't think there was malice. Like you said, I do think this should be a learning experience for everyone, and people and processes should be put in place so everybody knows what's going on. Um, People are saying that there wasn't a fast response. I don't know if this is true. Um, People are saying people didn't know what was going on or how to react. I don't know if this is true. Like we said at the beginning of this episode, do your own research. To the people who are doing the hate mail, I mean, I understand your anger. I wasn't there. If you were there, you would probably know more. But we have to remember PSO has given us a lot. It's given us many years of sharing our talent, our story. It's opened the door for a lot of other competitions. Yeah, it's not a perfect organization because they're learning. We're all learning. Should we talk shit and boycott PSO? I don't think so. I do think you're allowed your opinion, you can outcry, but we shouldn't completely like say fuck PSO and stuff. Because this is a learning experience for all of us. Um, Maybe they didn't react or respond publicly the way you like, but all we can do is hope for better and go on with it in the future. Um, it's hard. I know there's a lot of emotions on it, and it sucks because they're such a big company, and because they have that big name, everybody's going to talk about it. Everybody's going to have opinions. Um, and I don't think it's fair for I know it was a big event, but I don't think for one big event, like everything should be destroyed for them. Everything should be ruined. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people are saying don't support them and stuff. Um,
yeah. I think it's just that, there was a loss of life and there's a lot of emotionally charged people, and it's going to take time to grieve about the whole situation.
stories.
Yeah, it's just really hard. Um, but
Um,
like I said, we can go forward with some plans so that this can hopefully never happen again.
Facts. It's sad. I wanna be angry because part of it is like, oh, they didn't react, but I wasn't there. I don't know
We
that.
weren't there.
Every
Yeah.
experience I have, people try their best to their
Yeah.
ability of what's going on. Um, and it sucks.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So with that being said, that's why we made this episode on risk management and putting in those processes, whether at the studio level, the club level, showcase level, performance level, whatever you're doing, just making sure safety comes first. Because what we do is dangerous. Yeah, it's fun as hell. And because it's fun, we forget the danger. but it
Mhm.
is fucking dangerous. We've all fallen, we've all experienced it, we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, too much pop. We've all seen crazy shit. So this is a great reminder of that.
Right. And I wanted to say something too. And when I after reading a lot of things about this and finding in people's comments a lot of teachers that weren't first aid and CPR certified. And I didn't even know that you didn't have to as a teacher. And it was really only because our insurance had required it that I even got CPR and first aid certified. And at first I was like, ugh, like another burden. But like within it was like 2 months of me having, the studio, that we had a really bad accident and we had to do a first aid situation. And I was really thankful that I had that training, because otherwise I would have been like, is there an adult here?
Funny.
But yeah, I'm the adult. I have to do it. I'm responsible for this classroom of people. I'm responsible, for this, room full of people. They're gonna look to me.
Sure are. It
Yeah.
sucks. Um, we do have an interview with Amy Guyon, the creator of PSO. It was a beautiful interview. It was very inspiring. So, if you would like, you should definitely check that out. I'm not trying to promo. Of course, I'm always trying to promo, but just I know a lot of people have feelings about it. And of course, we don't know anybody just truly by an interview, but it will give you kind of an idea of who she is, a perspective. She worked really hard to create PSO, her and a lot of people. Um, so yes, express your anger in a healthy way. Maybe stay away for a year or two, but let's not completely boycott them, because this could be anyone. This could be a studio. This truly could have happened anywhere.
Right. I think about that all the time. Like we're all here, you know, and at the accidents happen.
Hmm.
And that's something that we can't not, you know, be ready for. They're going to
Yes.
happen. They're going to happen. Um, and it doesn't make us, you know, bad people, because I feel like we're all just trying to do our best.
Hmm.
Um, and no one's trying to be malicious, like you said earlier. No one's trying to like, be hurtful ever.
So yes, risk management. Put those processes into place. Get your staff certified, your instructors. Let people who are participating in any event know what's going on. Your students know where the first aid and ice pack and safety mats are. Your instructors know. Make sure your instructors know what to do in an emergency in case, like, God forbid, someone falls or goes into cardiac arrest or hyperventilates or heat stroke, because summer's coming. And in the military, I saw that all the time.
Or
Um,
chokes on something.
yes, because we have those silly students who come in with gum. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, what are you doing?
um, um, at all levels of the pole industry, because this episode is risk management in the pole industry, you should have those processes in place. Um, like Mandy said, James Dean Insurance gives great risk management
Francis
information. I hope
Dean.
Francis Dean, sorry, what the fuck, James Dean.
James Dean. That'd be awesome.
Two
Oh wait,
buddy.
maybe it wouldn't be awesome. Never mind. I was like, who's James Dean?
Francis Dean. I'm hoping all of your insurances do too. She says she will share that link as well in the comments below.
Yes.
Anything else? Yeah. Safety first. Let me stop.
I know.
Love, if you're a stripper and you listen to this, talk to your manager or the person in charge, like, hey, do we have any safety precautions in case one of these drunk bitches fall? Let me stop. Let me stop. I'm just going from my experience where those guys would get so drunk and I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna die. But no, in most clubs, strippers are not allowed to drink, but it's not always the case. But as a stripper, protect yourself. Be like, hey, How do I protect myself? Where's an ice pack? Where's the first aid? How do I protect my fellow dancers? Um, it's something good to think about.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
think about it in a club. You usually think about it in a studio. We don't really think, I've never really thought about it in a showcase. You probably do.
yeah.
Because we always have the first aid and stuff.
I feel
Um,
like during a showcase, I'm not even looking. I'm just like,
too funny.
everything is okay?
Oh
Everyone
no,
is good?
we didn't gonna make money. Don't die. Let me stop.
Like, please don't fall in front of everyone.
Too funny.
But right,
Are we?
like if that happens,
Yes.
you have to be ready.
Oh, also a side note, if you're not a stripper, but if you're a performer and you go to these places like Sticky, goodness, the one you mentioned to me earlier, so many places where in New York and other places where you can perform, ask the people of the venue, where are these safety precautions? Where's a first aid kit? Who do I go to in case something happens? Is there a phone nearby? Can I have my phone nearby? Um, yeah, protect yourself.
Yeah. And it might seem redundant, but like, I don't know if it's like for me, I need to be reminded at least 3 times before it sinks in. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we get complacent, especially as we advance. If we get too comfortable, we get real complacent. And I know I'm a culprit of this. Y'all be seeing my videos on Instagram. I'm alone in those without a mat. It's unacceptable. Um, but we all do it, and this is definitely a learning and humbling experience for us all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pole dance is so much fun and it amazing and but it is very dangerous. A lot of things that we do are very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things we do are really good for us, but it is dangerous. Yeah.
Yes.
Disclaimer, we're just two people who, you know, like I said, someone asked us to respond or if we were going to respond. And to which I researched because I didn't even know what had happened. Um, yeah, so that's basically we're just kind of, researchers. We are
Yeah.
not, industry leaders on risk management at all. I'm just compiling information that I found that
We're
helped me in my
not
business.
industry
Yeah.
leaders yet, but we will be.
Imagine you're the risk management industry leader.
Yes, I'm kind of glad we talked about it because I mean, the reason why we created this podcast was to interview people, share inspiring stories, educate, and talk about this shit that people don't talk about. I'm not taking sides. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. All I know is I do hope everybody learns and did their best.
Yeah,
And my condolences to all.
yeah, same. Thank you so much for listening to or watching this episode. Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention too, we're recording this episode on May 11th. So any information that has come out regarding the incident, or anything after that, it will be after we recorded this episode.
Yes. Do your research, do your research. Um, let out your anger in a healthy way, let out your support in a healthy way. Um, don't get mad at us for sharing our partial feelings. Y'all asked, some of y'all asked. Um, but yeah, let's all grow from this as a pole industry. We're now a sport. We're hopefully headed to the Olympics. So all we could do is grow and learn as a community and hope for better. And put
Yeah,
these
yeah.
processes into place.
Yeah, and share your processes because we'll all learn from them. Like I
Yes.
just compiled stuff because I'm a
Yes.
compiler. I'm not a lawyer, I'm a dancer.
Create processes for even things that I mean, we all get paranoid. Some of us have our quirks, like even things that you're like, this will never happen, but maybe it will happen. You never know. Um,
Yeah.
be safe, protect yourself and others.
Yeah, and I'd certainly be open to any critiques on our processes too, or they can be improved upon. Like I said, I'd prefer like a collaborative effort if we all kind of shared. what we've got going on, and we can all be on the same page.
Yes. Please feel free to reach out and let us know what you think of this episode. With respect, if we angered you, we apologize. We hope that we can unanger you someday, but we all have our opinions. We had to talk about it.
It's
If
okay to
you
be angry at us.
Yes. Do your research. And as always, reach out if you want us to talk about something. Let us know. We
Yeah, or
love
if you want to shout out about this subject, for sure, we would love to have you on.
facts. Facts. If you want to be interviewed, let us know.
Yes. If you're if you are a studio, if you're an actual building,
And you
contact
want
us.
to or you
If you're a
want to
studio
support.
owner.
Yes.
Yes. And if you're a super fan of us, you can now get Hole in the Call apparel.
And accessories because you have a mug too.
Yeah, I do. Oh, I have this hoodie as well. Look how ridiculous I am.
You definitely wear.
The back of it.
I love it. Too cute.
Like
Too
I
funny.
said, I can't eat right now because I have all
Yeah.
of this apparel.
Yes, we're looking on for cute designs that look like us to add to them. So you have a piece of Mændy and Cris wherever you go.
Yeah.
I would love plush dolls of us on a pole. That would just be my dream.
Like a
uh,
little beanie baby Chris.
yes. Also, we are affiliates of Bees Knees. So make sure you check out that link. We had the pleasure last year of interviewing Sarah from Bees Knees. So yeah, make sure you check that out. It is Sarah, right? God, why do I feel like
Yes.
I,
Right, that was me with the palpations. I still don't know. Is that the right word?
yeah, palpitations.
Palpitation.
Too. Like I
That's all
said it,
I've been thinking about.
I said it in the back of my head. Something was like, Chris, that's not her name. I was like, yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. But yes, we are affiliate of Bees Knees, and we had the pleasure of interviewing her last year. Make sure you check out that beautiful interview. She is a pole entrepreneur. She sells beautiful custom-made knee pads, all sorts of designs and sizes, and they're rip off, easy take off, and then easy put back on. She also sells amazing pole instructor planning books, which I love. Pole goals books, which is amazing. A new pole bag, which I haven't tried yet, but it looks fun. And also other stuff, I think. So check out that link. Affiliate means we get a small commission at no extra charge to you, and it just helps us support us in all we do,
Yeah. Right when you buy the apparel too, we also get a little bit. Thank you.
Yes, too funny.
Thank you for the support. And as always, you can find all of our links at poleonthecall.com. You can find our YouTube channel where we have not only all of our episodes in video form, so you can watch all of the magic
Yes,
as you listen, but we have
yeah.
tutorials as well.
Yes, we have tutorials on Pinterest and YouTube, Instagram. Haven't gone on TikTok, but my personal one, you can see it on TikTok. uh,
Yes.
yeah, so excited.
And possibly coming soon to a studio near you this summer slash fall.
Yes, that would be fun. I would. And judging pole circus.
Yes. Right. So many big things coming up. And we have some awesome interviews lined up as well. Stay
Yes.
tuned. And another showcase that we just
Yes.
talked about.
December, it's gonna be Winter Wonderland.
Yes.
Wonderland. Let me stop.
Already thinking about it.
Winter Wonderland, Winter Solstice. I love Winter Solstice. Bring
Ooh,
all
yes.
the pagans to us. Let me all the
Yes.
Wiccas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Winter Solstice. That's cute. I like that. What you think?
I like it too.
Winter Solstice of December.
Yes. It's a thing.
Yes. Our next free virtual showcase It is free, right?
I think so. Yeah, it should be.
Should we do so it's themed? We've never done a theme one. So winter solstice, you've heard it now. You have like 6 months or something. Winter solstice. It's gonna be fantasy. So winter, when I hear winter solstice, I think of winter fantasy, magic, wonderland. So something along those lines. Winter fantasy, Chronicles of Narnia, Harry Potter, Hogwarts,
Yeah.
and so much
Well,
more. But yeah.
it just has to have a poll.
So you heard it first. Tell your friends, tell your studios. Winter solstice in December, free virtual showcase. I know PSO is Northeast is in November. Submit that video and that performance, or you practicing it. We want to see it. Share it. If you're because we know you're busy, so reshare the piece. We love that.
Yes. Right, like share an old pole circus video too. Share old competition videos with us that you want other people to see. Because like maybe you did them like 2 years ago. And
Yes.
that's sad that not as many people saw it as should see it.
Yes. And if you're a pole entrepreneur or a studio owner or some business owner related in the pole, feel free to send us a creative ad. We want to make our showcases. I know I want to make it. I think I talked about it. We want to make it a pole bowl. So like Super Bowl, but pole bowl. That probably won't be the name. We'll come up with something better, but just so you get the idea. So we want those commercials, those ads. We want to see and promote you. We want the pole community to know what's going on out there. Whether you're internationally, whether you're in the States, we want to see it. So get ready. Tell your friends. We're going to start promoting it on social media because we want to get early head start because we really want to promote you. This last one was amazing. We had how many submissions? Like 12, 16?
Yeah.
Check that out in the link. So each time we're hoping, I was going to say double it, but 16 would be 32. Oh my.
Remember we
Maybe.
laughed about it becoming MTV for pole dancers?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yes.
So check out all our links below. Goodness. That was like 5 minutes of fucking promotion. If you're still tuned in, you're amazing.
We always do that. We're like, how many clips can we get of the
Yeah.
same idea?
Make sure you check out our amazing interviews in the weeks to follow. I know we just took a break and we're starting with a bang on this topic. So yeah, check out the inspiring interviews coming up in the next coming weeks. And I think when this airs, it'll be June. So happy Pride!
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, first week of June. Happy Pride on my faith folk. Yes.
Right? And hopefully our pole dancing will be able to be featured in our Springfield Pride festivities, or else we might have to have an episode about that.
That would be a fun episode, whatever happens. Yes.
Ah,
All
things
right.
things we have to deal with as pole dancers.
Facts. All righty. Thank you so much for tuning in. I don't have the normal heels today, but you know what? I gave a masculine routine so you can dance in sneakers, pole dance in sneakers.
Yes, right? Whatever foot aesthetic you want.
Yes.
For today, I'm back in heels. My toe is healed. Well, not
Choose.
healed. It's still swollen a lot, but it's still broken. It's just shoved back into a heel.
Need to get some rest and rest it.
Yeah.
Oh, are we doing it? Oh, thank you so much for tuning in. We are Poe on the call. I am Cris Rivers.
See that? Ooh,
Yes.
featuring my unicorn tattoo.
Yay. Featuring my muggle jeans from my muggle job and my snake pole dancer sneakers and jeans on the silicone pole. Yes.
Real life Cris Rivers.